Hello, Alex. How are you?
Oh, how are you? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm really good.
Fantastic. I'm so happy to see you here one more time as usual. So that'll be a class full of expectation. I'm so happy to see you one more time. So now it's time to refresh, all right? So
All right.
let me ask you, all right?
Uh-huh.
What did we
Yeah.
talk about in our previous class? Magic
Uh,
question.
yeah. In our previous class, we talked about adjectives or feelings, and we learned about where we should we put the preposition.
That is correct. Where do we need to place, all right, to put the preposition? All right, let me ask you something. And what about if in this case we are talking about a question word, all right, WH question, all right? Where do you
Yeah.
think we can place a preposition?
We can in an WH questions the preposition often put at the end.
Great job. Fantastic. That is the attitude. Great job. Oh, at the end. That is correct. Sometimes there are some sections, every as you know, every rule has its own section, but particularly, or let's say generally, the majority of time it'll be at the end of the sentences. That is correct. So now we are going to start with a new lesson. All right, let me share to you the presentation so we can proceed. Right, give me just 1 second real quick. Do let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about this grammar, used to. All right. So in the very first place, okay,
Yeah.
it's very important to know about the use of the use of used to. All right.
All
So
right.
especially it has to do with things that you were accustomed to do. All right. Something
Yeah.
that maybe in the past you were accustomed to do. Maybe it was part of your habits, your customs, or things that actually you have the opportunity to experience. And sometimes you make an emphasis on remembering these things. All right.
All right.
And that'll be part of our today's class, used to. So now I want to take this amazing opportunity so that you can listen to this exercise number 1. So we are going to read and listen the dialogue between friends. All right. There is a conversation here. All right. There's a dialogue between friends, and they are Daisy and Evie. And then after that, I will ask you some questions about what's happening here in this conversation, in this interaction. Listen
Okay.
please to the audio, because simultaneously we'll be reading this conversation, but we are also going to listen to what they are going to say. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Lesson 2D. Exercise 1.
Hi, Daisy. What have you got there? It's a box that my dad found in the attic. It's full of my old things. Cool. Let me see. This is my school book from primary school. You used to have really neat handwriting. And look, here's a photo of me when I was 5. Did you used to wear dresses? Yes, all the time. How sweet. You never wear dresses now. And look at your hair. It's blonde. I know. I didn't used to have red hair. You used to be pretty. What do you mean I used to be pretty?
Oh my God. So you listen well the audio. She said,
Yeah.
you used to be pretty. Oh, pretty. And she asked, she said, all right, what do you mean I used to be pretty? She said that she's not pretty anymore.
Yeah.
In other words, he's saying that she's ugly. Oh my God. So it was disrespectful, in my opinion. All right, so let's get started now with the exercise. First question: How does Daisy feel at the end?
I think she feel upset at the end because Evie has said that she was not pretty anymore. She isn't.
Okay, maybe she felt upset because she was not. Actually, she was referring that she was pretty. Maybe. All right. So now I would like you to help me. All right. I want you to help me completing this little exercise. Okay, with an adjective of your own words. Here you have afraid, guilty, nervous, upset. You can use any other you consider that might be a great fit to complete this exercise. So look at that. Daisy is a bit.
As I said, that is upset.
Okay, upset at the end because.
Because Evie had told her that she's not pretty anymore.
All right, so she just have told her that she's not pretty anymore. And that might be the potential reason why maybe, all right, she got angry. Maybe that's our assumption, all right?
Yeah.
And that could be what we think about it. All right, so let's continue. Okay, so look at that. Here we are going to underline all examples of used to in the exercise number 1. And how do we form and then I would like you to ask you, how do we form the negative and interrogative? So we're gonna see this. So but look at here. This is the same conversation pretty much. All right, let me see if I have the possibility to share to you the control of my computer. All right, so that you may be able to point at that. Check. Okay, you can check now. All right, I think you already have the control. Okay, now you can do it. So I would like you to show me, all right, to underline, all right, the exercise 1. So then with the expressions that used to, or that have used to.
Oh, I can't use the tool.
Oh, you cannot use it?
Yeah.
Try to hover one more time.
I'm afraid that when I click, it turns to the next page.
Oh my God, no problem. That's fine. If you cannot use it, no problem. That's fine. Let's do something different because this is something that escape, from your wheel. Let me just tell you, let's do this. And in case that you are not able to do it, but you can also tell me, all right? Let me see which of these expressions, all right? Which of these examples? Okay. You say first sentence?
In the 5th sentence.
Oh, 5th. Okay. You used to have really neat handwriting, all right?
Next is, did you used to wear dresses?
Okay. Did you used to wear dresses? All right.
Yeah.
That is correct. Well done.
Next is I didn't used to have red hair.
Fantastic. That is correct. You did it very well. Good job. Right. And let me ask you something. I have a question for you. Let me see if you have an idea.
Yeah.
How do we use the form of the negative and the interrogative?
We use the form of the interrogative by putting didn't before use.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let me just show you. So in this case, for the affirmative, so in this case, for the affirmative, we use it like this. Here I have 2 examples that I would like to share with you. So for example, for the negative, you can use it this way. Okay. Yeah. The negative, I didn't, as you said, I didn't used to have. That could be a good example. Or The other one can be like, did you used to wear white short? Let's say, did you used to wear blue jeans, for example? All right. That's just an idea. And then that's pretty much the way how we use the affirmative form and the negative form of used to. Okay.
Okay.
So
Alright.
look at that. So now that we understand this, all right, that we understand more of this, so we are going to read this, learn this box. So then we have an exercise right here. Let me just tell you this. We use used to in English in our conversation for past habits. Like I said before, you're referring to things you used to do, like, you know, for example, play soccer at certain time. All right. Going to the supermarket every week with your mother, or maybe you used to go to the stadium. I don't know, any previous plan, you know.
Yeah.
So
I know.
then another thing is, for example, when it has to do with situations that we are different in the past. All right. So the form doesn't change. All right. Situations
Okay.
related to the past. So referring to the past tense, the simple past tense, or any time, or the past in general. All right. So
Okay.
that way you can use it. You can use it like that. So let's continue now. So here we have a chart with an exercise that comprises the affirmative form, the negative form, and interrogative form. So I would like you to help me to complete this exercise.
Okay. My
My
parents
parents,
used to
my parents used to live in
live
London.
in London,
Yeah,
but now they live in Paris.
that is correct. Well done. And the other one, number two,
I didn't used to have a DVD player, but I got now one. One now.
I didn't used to have a DVD player, but I've got one now. That sounds very good. Well done. Great job.
Yeah.
Interrogative. Let me see how you do it.
Okay. Did you used to walk to school? Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you used to go? Do you used to walk to a school? That is correct. And the answer, it'll be yes, I did. But yes, I did. But now I cycle every day.
Yeah.
That's easier. So look at that. So here are some pronunciations we're gonna be checking. Okay, I want you to listen and repeat the sentences from the dialogue. Look at the answer from 1 to 3. So look at that.
Lesson 2D.
Okay,
Exercise 4.
listen carefully.
Did you used to wear dresses? I didn't used to have red hair.
Okay,
You used to be pretty.
okay. So now we are going to repeat it. Let me see how you do it. And after that, we are going to answer. So the first one. What is the first one, we?
How is the S pronounced used to? I think it's S.
Okay. So
And
could you read it for me? I like to listen to your pronunciation.
okay. Did you used to wear dresses?
Okay. Do you used to wear dresses? Okay. Next one. Letter B. Can you read it?
Okay. I didn't used to have red hair.
That's right. I didn't used to have red hair. And let me tell you something. Sometimes this word didn't or didn't. Sometimes it's pronounced like didn't. All right. So letter C. You already pronounced this one
Okay.
before.
You used to be pretty.
That's right. That is correct. So let me ask you something. How is the pronunciation of S, all right?
Yeah.
Pronounced in used to.
Used to S.
S, all right?
Used to.
Use, all right? Use. All right. So in the D, which is silent. Obviously, if silent is not pronounced, how would you pronounce that?
I think it is pronounced. It's pronounced like t.
In this case, it'll be silent. It's kind of like you're not gonna pronounce like this. This is semi-plosive. Like I used to. You don't have to say like I used to. All right. In this case, all right,
Well, okay.
because that'll be silent. So how do you pronounce the following sound?
Mm,
Any idea?
well, I think it's I can use both. We can use both.
That's right. That's right. But
But
let
I
me
think I used to like much.
okay, so let me just show you something. Lookout. Here we are having a lookout. Let me just tell you this. So it's very important to be careful, not to confuse. Listen to this. Look at this. It's very important not to confuse the verb form used to with the phrase to be or get used to something. For example, when you say, I used to work for, let's say, for example, I used to work for McDonald's, all right? You are referring to past habits, past events you used to perform, all right? But something else which is different. For example, when we use the phrase like get used to something. For example, like I think I got used to this. Like it's like you're accustomed, but they used to especially refer more specifically. More specifically, I'm gonna make an extra emphasis. It's more specifically to the past habits. I used to play soccer. I used to play baseball. And the extra emphasis here is especially with past habits. It's not, I'm not saying that it's not valid. Listen to this. I'm just gonna talk about frequency. How frequent are you going to use used to referring to the past habit? Do you understand what I'm saying? So maybe you can say, I get used to do that. Yeah, that's right. But if you ask me, teacher Alexis, which one is more common in English, or at least in American English? I'm gonna tell you, all right, used to is more common referring to past habits, past events. Clear with this part?
Okay.
Okay, let me show you this. Oh, well, can you help me reading this example?
Okay. The glasses feel strange, but I'll get used to them. And next
Okay.
is she hates losing. She isn't used to it.
All right, so you see the difference. One is referring to especially past habits, makes more emphasis and more emphasis. The first one, get used to, all right, makes more emphasis, all right, on being accustomed to do something. And the other one especially makes a little bit more of emphasis on things, all right, okay, the person or she was doing before.
Yeah.
Look at that. She isn't used to it. All right.
Okay.
So, and that's the idea. Let's continue. All right. We are going to complete the sentences with the affirmative and negative or interrogative form of used to and the verbs below. All right. Look at the first example so that I can guide you through this. My brother in this case is only one brother. All right. My brother didn't used to like school, but he loves it. He loves it now. Okay, let me see. Can you help me with this?
Okay. My dad didn't used to play tennis. Didn't used to play tennis.
Okay. So
But
next one.
now he's playing it. Okay. What subjects did the Asian Greeks used to study at school?
Okay. Next one. Number 4I.
I used to have a games console, but it broke.
I used to have a games console. All right, but it's broke. But It's rock. All right. Number 5, my sister.
Used to study Japanese.
Japanese. All right. My sister used to study. All right. Didn't used to in this case. My sister didn't used to Japanese. But she learned it before she moved to Tokyo. So let's continue with the next one. Number 6.
This theater used to be a church.
This theater used to be a church. That's right. Number 7.
Did your teachers at primary school used to get angry?
Okay. Did your teacher at primary school used to get angry?
Yeah.
All right. You used to get, such as becoming, or the teachers becoming. All right. So number 8, my aunt.
My aunt used to work in a department store.
My aunt used to work in a department store, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, but it closed. All right, so let's see number 9. I
didn't used to read. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't used to read.
I didn't used to read books, but I'm really into detective fiction these days. So maybe he wants to be a detective. All right, or a private detective. So let me see here. So look at that. So exercise number 6. So I'm gonna ask you the following. Have you changed a lot since you were a young child? What do you think? Let's think about your personality. Or you remain being the same person?
Yeah, I have changed a lot since I was a young child.
Okay, you have changed a lot since you were a young child, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was a young child, I was really small, but now I think I'm quite big.
Okay, how tall are you?
I'm about 1 meter and 72 centimeters.
Oh, 1 meter and 72. That's fine. You are like almost my size.
Oh.
I think you are taller than me, so I'm 71.
Oh, wow.
We are like that. So I kind of have an idea of your size. Hope to see you face to face one day, right? Yeah. So then I'll see that you will be like that. The difference is gonna be like this in terms of size.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is 5'7", all right, or 5'8".
What?
This size is kind of like 5'8" in feet. So because you're calculating in meters, right? I mean your size. It's kind of 5'8", right?
Yep.
Okay, so I think we are like that. We're almost matched.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue. So I want you to make some notes about it. So for example, like the appearance, likes, dislikes, toys and games, unusual habits. All right. What do you consider that you used to do, or maybe something you got used to do before, and you can like stand out some changes in your life?
Yeah, about my habits or my favorite things. I think it didn't change too much because when I was a young child, I like watching cartoon and some films really much, and now nothing changed.
It keeps being the same. Like there are no meaningful changes, but maybe, all right, maybe your appearance because you grew up more, things like that.
Yeah.
So unusual habits, maybe there may be at least one. Maybe like I don't know, before you like to take orange juice or apple juice, there's always at least a little bit, there's always something that changes. All right.
Yeah.
At least a minimum, it's not that everything in our lives is going to change, but there is always something, because we're living a changing life. Even for example, like in your education, maybe your English language, you're learning more English, and that change. Maybe you used to eat something and then you got tired of this and it was part of your likes. There should be something. I will encourage you to analyze later. I'm gonna assign you exercise number 6 as part of your homework, and try to find this thing. Maybe you you consider that probably has changed in your life. All right.
Okay.
I know you are very sure about yourself. All right, but
Yeah.
maybe I try to analyze because there might be something that maybe I don't know. I'm not sure, but that has changed in your life.
Okay.
So another thing that I will assign you to do, especially to interview somebody, all right? Maybe let me see. So like to ask these questions, for example, using the used to, of course, those are going to be the prompts that you're going to do. So for example, the way how the person look like, what things like or what things this person hates, right? Hates. Number 3, for example, the toys or games the person used to play with. All right. For example, unusual habits this person used to had before, and things like that. So you can you can ask him or ask her this question. Do you think is there somebody you can do that?
Yeah.
Or do you think now you would like to practice that with me?
I think I will take it at my homework.
Okay, you do it as a homework. Okay, let me just ask you a few quick questions right here. This lesson was shorter, but it's gonna be longer in interaction. Now we're gonna be talking about different things you used to do in the past. Let me see. Before in the past week, can you tell me like some activities you used to do before that they were meant everything for you? Let me just
Well,
well, you getting
well,
the
I think,
point?
yeah, I think so. In the past, I used to like going everywhere in my town to like to watch the scenes and the life of the people. It's really interesting, but now because of the COVID, I cannot do it.
Say it again one more time. And when you talk, I felt that like your voice was breaking up a little bit and I could not get the last part. Yeah, would you mind saying this again?
Okay. In the past, I used to like walking around my town. Used to walk around my town and watch the people like doing do their activities. But now I cannot do it because of COVID-19.
Oh yeah, you said that you in the past you used to like walk around.
Walk around my area.
Oh yeah, your area. That's fine. Now let me ask you something. That is a very important question. So is it actually do you guys are having a you know a difficult or hard outbreak taking place all over the city, which means like the outbreak is spread all around the city? I'm asking you this because before one of my students told me that it was hard now to go out because of the pandemic is hitting the country. Is that
Yeah,
true?
not even country. Not only country, but also all my country.
Not
Not
only your
city.
city, not only your
Yeah,
city, but also the
all the
other
country.
country. Let me ask you something. How many people are there in your country?
About 90 millions.
19 or 90?
90 millions.
Wow, many people, right?
Yeah.
So, but you know, in the US, it's like 320 millions, all right? So, a bunch of people. Here, there are a lot of people too. So, and what is the size of Vietnam? Do you have any idea?
What is that?
Yeah, the size, like how big is Vietnam? Do you have any
Yeah,
idea?
I think it's not too big. It's just like a state of America.
Let me see, just to make sure. Here we can get the information in real time.
Yeah.
Do you think it's is bigger than New York City? Let me see.
I think it's just bigger than a big state in America a little bit.
Let me see. I'm gonna just make sure. Oh, 331,212 kilometers square. Okay, I see it's a medium-sized country. I just got the information from here. Can you see?
Yeah.
It's a medium-sized country. All right, and what about the borders? Are you bordered by China?
Yeah. We share the border with China, Cambodian, and
Laos?
Laos. Laos.
Oh, Laos, Cambodia. This is the Southeast Asia, right?
Yeah, we're in Southeast Asia.
Oh, fantastic. Which means that you are not too far away from the Philippines too, right?
Yeah, we need it. It's our neighbor country.
Like, I saw that the Philippines is like, if I look up a map, I can see that the Philippines is in pretty much, it seems to be like in front of China when I look at a map. All right.
Yeah.
So how far is the Philippines from you? It's like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours in a plane, on a plane.
Oh, wait, I don't know it, but I think, wait, I think it's just about half a day.
Oh, half a day.
Yeah.
All right. So it takes something. All right. It takes something to get there. All right. So it's
Yeah.
surprising to me. Well, I was not too sure that Vietnam was bordered by China. I was like insecure, you know. I imagine
Yeah.
that because you know, the geographical location. But have you ever had the opportunity to go to one of these countries, considering that they are, you know, Vietnam, all right, is bordered by those countries?
No, I haven't had the opportunity yet.
Okay, so maybe in a future, in a near
Yeah.
future. All right. So, okay, so let's continue talking about this.
Yeah.
So, is there any other activity that, in your personal opinion, you consider that you used to do that it became meaningful to you? I'm not saying, for example, like only going around the house, around the park, or something that was very important in your life that you say, well, I remember when I used to be you know, a younger person or a young child, I learned this and this was meaningful to me. Is there any great experience or something that you used to do, and after that you consider that um, it was very good for you and changed part of your life meaningfully? I'm not saying like the first question before, when you answered to me that there has not been like too many changes in your life, but I'm referring about that so special that you remember, right, with good memories.
Well,
Maybe when you started high school, maybe when you the first time you visit somewhere, and I don't know, any idea related to that, like that special moment, or when you used to do something,
yeah, I
maybe.
think, well, I don't know I don't know actually, but because I haven't had like things like that, and maybe I don't remember because there's lots of things in my head.
All right, I got you. I got you. So we always have many things in our heads. You know, it's like the lifestyle we live, especially and you know, especially when it has to do as you are in high school. You finish your school year, right? Did you
No,
finish your school year, or you are in progress? Are you still in progress?
no, I have finished grade 10. Oh, okay, already.
Okay, a few days ago, right?
Yeah, actually a few months ago.
Oh, okay, understand. Okay, so let me just go ahead and show you something here. I think I saw that you sent your homework as well. Let
Yeah.
me just go to allow me just go to Zalo. All right. Give me just a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna open Zalo. Okay. It's real quick. Can you hear me, Wei?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So here I have your homework, which I'm gonna take the opportunity to. All right. Can you see this very well?
Okay, I can see it.
Okay. I would like you to read your homework. I can see here, especially there you have the adjectives. So I would like to check your exercise and make sure that that you don't have mistakes and things like that. Can you read it for me?
Okay, the first one is the last time I felt nervous was when I prepared for the final exam 3 months ago.
Let me see if I can size up. All right. Let me see if I can zoom the screen. Oh, well, I see the letters are tiny. I cannot see it very well as I want, but please read it for me. Continue with the reading so I can listen to this.
Okay, now the second one is the last time I felt irritated was when my sister destroyed the ball that I had received from a famous football player.
Okay, that's fine. Let me see the other one. The
Number
last time
three,
I felt delighted. Yeah, go ahead.
the last time I felt delighted was when I won the first prize of a sport championship as I had never won in that kind of competition.
That kind of competition. All right, number four.
Number four, the last time I felt afraid was when I went to the theater to watch a horror film, and when I got home and went to bed, I couldn't sleep.
All right, number five.
Number five, the last time I felt shocked was when I heard that one of my friend had become a famous person.
Person. Yeah, that's what. That's why I wanted to correct it. Do you have the possibility to change it?
No.
Okay. So just change this part. Okay, that's gonna be person. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's continue number six. The last time.
The last time I got confused was when I tried to remember everything happened in a literature class.
All right, in the literature class. All right, let me see number seven.
The last time I feel homesick was when I had to live with my uncle for 2 days about 6 years ago, as my parents were busy at that time.
Was that in real life? Did it happen to you in real life?
Yeah,
Oh,
but that is not my uncle or my uncle house. I live with my grandparents 6 years ago.
okay. Yeah, because I get like, you know, actually I was thinking like, wow, it seems to be an example of real life. All right, so good job. Let's continue.
Okay. Number eight is the last time I felt disappointed was when I prepared for a lesson for the next day class, but my teacher taught another lesson, so I couldn't understand what's happening.
Okay, good job. Let me see now. I think you did it very well. The only section is the people in person, and something that maybe you confused it because uh maybe you did not check in, but that's fine. What you did was amazing. It was good. Wait, let me ask you a few quick questions. All right. what did we do today
Alright.
and what did we learn today in this current class?
Yeah, in the class today we learn a lot of things about grammar used to its forms and its uses and also the lookout.
Okay, let me ask you something. And in your opinion, what is the difference between used to and get used to and got used to?
Yeah, basically, I think used to is to perform like a past habits or some a situation in the past, and get used to it, be accustomed to the things that have happened in the past.
Yeah, the thing is that let me just tell you this. There will be many times that some people are going to use both. Unlike, you know, they're going to use them. Like, for example, same way, sometimes they are going to use used to, and sometimes they are going to use get used to. And you may wonder why it happens in because it may be given in an informal context. Like I said before, if you ask me which one is going to be the proper one to use in each context, I can tell you that used to is for habits, get used to for customs, right, and things like that. But when there is an informal conversation, so you will come across that the get used to is also being used as used to. But the correct, according to the grammar, according to the proper way, used to, habits, get used to, all right, customs. Uh, are you going to come across with people using used to instead of get used to, and vice versa? Yes, you may come across with people doing this, but does that means that this is the correct way to do it? Not necessarily. What's happening is that language changes from time to time. All right, those are changes that you can see. For example, I'm going to explain this to you. This is what we call colloquialism. You know what that what is it?
No, colloquialism.
Colloquialism is like something that is not pertinent in grammar, but it becomes like part of the speech. For example, she doesn't like, but you will listen to people saying she don't like or he don't like.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
grammatically, is that correct? Not at all.
no.
Do native speakers use it? Yes, we use it. Is that correct grammatically? The proper English? Never, but people use it. Same happens, for example, I'm gonna give you another example, and I would like you to really keep this in your mind, because I'm 100% sure that sometimes you will come across more English speaking persons, all right? And then you're gonna listen to phrases that maybe because you were studying English and you see the English books have, all right, and standard grammar, and of course is the correct way to use. But remember, we are not always going to speak with books. We are gonna be talking to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the proper way, yeah, the way how the book shows the language. But another thing is that language changes from time to time. All right. And there's always a transition. Before, uh, I'm not saying that so far it is valid. I'm not saying this, disclaimer, but what I'm saying is that there are things that you can find in the grammar that from time to time keeps changing. And like I said before, if you ask me, teacher Alexis, what is the proper way? So I'm gonna tell you the proper way is the one of the book. But just be ready. Just be ready whenever you see expressions that you are not familiar with, you are unfamiliar the way how English speaking people use it, is because they are informal. All right. You don't like, all right. She don't like, or she does not like. So that's a proper way. She don't like. I also use she don't like, but I'm not using this with my students because I really want you guys to learn the proper grammar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I just want you to create awareness that this is there, and you will come across with this. And by the time you see it, you do not get surprised like, oh, but I learned it this way. Yes, and that is a proper way.
Yeah.
But you will come across with this and just keep this in mind to create this awareness. Then we thank you so much for being active in the class. Remember the homework. Interview somebody. Do you have more English speaking people around you to be able to do this homework?
Yeah, maybe I will ask one of my friends and then I will write a paragraph for you.
Yeah, because this is like finding interaction. Anyway, we was finding someone else interaction. Anyway, we thank you so much for being active in the class, and I wish you a fantastic rest of the night. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good morning. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, I can remember it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.